everyone, welcome back. It is time for my monthly beauty favorites and fails. Some months this is just favorites, and then other months there are some products that just didn't live up to expectations. And this month there were only two, I think, that I just thought I would include and just show you, give you my thoughts on them. Just some products that I wasn't very impressed with. So if you're interested in hearing what my favorite products were from October, and also the couple products that just didn't quite work out, then please keep on watching. Okay, I want to start with the lip combo I have on now. Almost every month I have a new lip combo that I've been just loving, that I wear over and over, that I like to share with you all. And this month it's a lip liner you've seen a lot on my channel. It's getting very tiny. I need to get another one. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude. So I'm wearing this with a new lipstick I purchased during October. It is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Touch Matte Lipstick. It is, of course, knowing me, I always buy the pinky nudes. This one is a little bit more pink than nude. It's a nice nude-ish pink because it doesn't wash me out. A lot of nudes, beige nudes, tend to make me look like a corpse. So I really like that this one has pink in it. So it looks like a nude, but it doesn't make me look ill or dead. So that's Soft Touch, and I'll put a little bit of Iconic Nude next to it so you can see that as well. On top, I'm wearing this Clarins Instant Light Lip Comfort Oil in Honey Glam. I really like glossy lips. I prefer them to matte. And I was reading on the Sephora website that this is a lip treatment gloss. So I thought if I could get something that's sheer with just a little sparkle that's also going to help my lips to be a little bit softer during going into these really dry winter months, then I'm in, I'm sold. So this color, Honey, I think there are more colors online than I saw in store. So this shade, Honey Glam, is gold with a hint of sparkle. It's really shiny, but it's not sticky. I love the way it feels on my lips, and I love that it really doesn't change the color of the lip product underneath too much. It lightens it a hair, obviously adds a little bit of a gold sheen, but it's so faint it's hardly noticeable. The only thing that kind of bums me out about this product is the price. It's $26 for 0.1 ounces. Okay, next I want to show you some products that are rediscoveries. I feel like a lot of favorites videos tend to show all new products, but if you're like me, you often like to just go into your stash, pull out things that maybe you haven't tried in a while, and then you discover that they're really good and you're wondering why you haven't used them for so long. And that was the case with the next two products. My first rediscovery was the Laura Mercier Ultra Flawless Fusion Concealer. I purchased this a while back, I think right after it launched. I really liked it. I'm not sure if I reviewed it or not. I'm really not even sure if it ended up in a favorites or not, but I just remember really, really loving it. But then what happened? More concealers came out on the market. Charlotte Tilbury launched one, Cover Effects, who else? There was several that I ended up buying and trying, and some, I liked, some were okay, some not so great. So about 2 weeks ago, I decided I was gonna reach for this one, and I am in the shade 2C. A lot of the concealers that I've purchased, they've been online. I wasn't in store to try the colors, so they were either too yellow or too light, and this 2C is perfect. I like a little bit of a peachy or pink tone to my concealers. If they're too yellow, it's quite obvious to me, especially when I take photos. I can see a little bit of a hint of yellow, and I really don't like that. But the pinky peachy tones, they will counteract the blue and purple that I've got going on, especially by the sides of my nose. So I will often use a corrector. I love my Color Science corrector, but or Total Eye is what it's called. But then I like to go over with a concealer, and this is really good coverage. It's really long wearing. I did a video a couple months ago where I reviewed all of the top rated concealers at Sephora, and I can put that link in the description. And if I remember correctly, this was one of the clear winners, or at least it should have been, because every day that I've worn this, I've just been so happy with the coverage, the the durability, the long wear, the fact that it doesn't settle into lines. It's just a wonderful product. I'm really not sure if I should call this next one a rediscovery because I have been using it, you know, off and on for years and years and years. But this month, I finally, after all of these years, have gotten the correct color match in Estee Lauder Double Wear. For the longest time, I have been wearing either the shade Sand, Rattan, or Tawny. My lighter shade, my medium shade, and my darker shade. None of them were quite right. And I honestly don't even know when they expanded the shade range, but I am almost 100% positive that I have never seen this shade before in my life. It is Buff 2N2. Now, I could be wrong. Anybody who works for Estee Lauder or who's very familiar with the brand might let me know in the comments that I am totally wrong, but I don't know how I would have missed this color because I remember being at Neiman Marcus a couple of years ago and myself and the sales associate, we swatched 10 colors on my face and none of them were right. And this one is perfection. It matches my skin better than any foundation I own. And of course, being an oily skin girl with large pores, and I like my foundation to last all day long, this is one of my absolute favorite formulas. So I'm so happy that I finally gotten it in the right color. And the right color match really can make all the difference in your love for a product. You might really like it, but to take it to a love level, it has to be the perfect match. Next up are two blushes that I have been absolutely in love with and recommending to so many people. The first one is this Tom Ford in the shade Inhibition. I spoke about it in my recent Nordstrom haul, my Nordstrom luxury haul. I did mention in that haul video that this is a blush that goes with any makeup look. It is a no-fail blush. I will say though that if you have more olive, deeper skin tone, this isn't gonna be your go with everything go-to blush. But if you have more fair, light, even light to medium, I think you're gonna love this. If you are very fair, you will have to use a lighter hand. It is quite pigmented, but it's not so pigmented that you can easily take it too far very quickly. So I'm really loving the formula. I'm really loving the color, and it's just a no-brainer for me. Whatever makeup look I'm doing, I know I can reach for this blush and have it look natural and pretty. I mentioned in another recent video of mine that I was looking for recommendations for cream blushes or cream to powder blushes or liquid blushes. I'm just really loving that kind of cheek stain look that liquids and creams give. And someone had recommended to me the Shiseido Whipped Powder Blush. And what's funny about that is that I had just recently, a few days prior, or maybe a week prior, picked one of these up. I had gotten a little sample in a little card that's a little bubble of product from a Sephora order, I believe. And I tried it, and the texture was just so interesting. It's like nothing I'd ever tried before. Definitely a whipped texture, and it left a bit of a stain on the cheeks. So you have to use a tiny bit, otherwise you will get clown cheeks. But I went to Nordstrom to check out the product in person, and I went with the bright pink color. This is called Kokei. My sample was a different color, and I went in to get that color that I had tried the sample of. But when I got to the counter, it looked totally different than my sample, which was unfortunate. So I didn't end up getting that one because I think I felt like it was too orangey. I ended up getting this hot pink, and I will show you what it looks like. And I do have blush on right now. I'm not sure this goes so well with my current look, but I'm just gonna put the tiniest little bit on my finger, and this is what I do. I just pat it into my cheeks, blend it out, and it gives that beautiful, natural, glowy flush. People are really afraid of bright pinks because you look at it and you think, oh, I'm gonna end up with clown cheeks. But if you use a really light amount and it's the right texture, it can really give a natural, more youthful look to your skin, to your makeup. So this Shiseido blush, that's sort of a tongue twister, is definitely a fave. My next favorite is this Smudger 2 brush from Sonia G. I just used it, so it's a little dirty. I have been wanting to try Sonia G brushes for the longest time. And I was on the Beautylish site and I was ordering, can't remember what I was ordering, but I decided I was going to go for it. And I had been wanting to experiment with more of a smoked out winged liner. And I thought this would be perfect for that. It's super soft and it definitely is perfect for smoking out winged liner on your upper lash line. And also what I've been doing is I've been using it to smoke out my lower lash line. And then also because my eyes are hooded and I have that kind of downturned eye that folds over and the skin, it's hard to blend eyeshadow in that area because of the fold. So what this does is it really just gets right in there and I'm able to darken those outer corners so easily. So it really is a brush that is multi-purpose for me. As I said, smoking out any shadow on the lash line, or if I take a pencil and then smoke it out into a wing, or I've been using it every day for, lower liner and then also for the outer corners. So if you've never tried this Sonia G Smudger 2, I highly recommend it. Another favorite this month is the Maybelline Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter. And this is the shade 250. This was on a display that featured a photo of Nikki Tutorials. I believe she created this color. I had tried another Master Chrome highlighter in the past that was kind of gold, and I just don't look that great in gold highlighters. They just don't work that well with my skin tone. I do like icy pink or something that has a pearl to it. So I picked this one up on a whim. And, just dropped it down my chest. I like to just use it with my finger, and this is definitely a pigmented highlighter. It's a very creamy texture. It's not glittery or just over the top crazy sparkly. I'm just really impressed with it, so good job, Nikki Tutorials. Next up is the Lancome Fix It, Forget It Setting Spray. I recently did a video where I went over the entire new range from Lancome that's supposed to be good for those of us with oily skin who have trouble with our makeup staying on all day. And there were definitely some hits and misses within that range for me. I really like the Long Time No Shine powder, but I also really like this setting spray. I find that of all the ones I've tried recently, this one really does lock my makeup into place. I see less disintegration of the makeup within my T-zone, which happens with so many foundations, and even my favorite long-wearing foundations tend to break up around my nose first, and then my blush, sometimes it fades. And I've just discovered that this works really, really well to keep everything locked in. Like the name says, you fix it and you forget it, and you look at your face hours later, 8-10 hours later, and it still looks good. And finally, to round out my October 2018 beauty favorites, it's something I talked about the other day on my Instagram story. I said it was a preview of what would be in my favorites video, and it is this Revlon volumizing hair dryer. I can't even remember whose video I saw that was demonstrating this. If I could remember it, I would put it in the description. Maybe I can go through my history and see who it was. But I purchased it because it just looked so good. And I think her review of it was sponsored. So I know, like a lot of you, when it comes to makeup products, because I've done sponsored videos with makeup and skincare, I'm always honest. I turn down, like most YouTubers, I would hope, we turn down doing sponsorships for products that we don't really love, or we tell the company that, we're going to give an honest opinion. So if you don't like that we're going to be truthful, then don't sponsor us. So that's the way I work, and that's why I know a lot of other YouTubers work. But, and I really hate to say this, but sometimes when I see reviews of hair dryers, especially the Dyson or the new Airwrap, and I see that it's sponsored, I do get a little skeptical, even though I know I shouldn't. but I saw this being used in a video and the proof was right there in front of me. It really did work so well. And at this price, you know, it's not a $500 Dyson or $400 Dyson hairdryer. It's $50 or $60 plus usually there's a coupon for either Ulta or Bed Bath & Beyond where you can get 20% off. So I figured, well, I'll try it myself, and if I don't like it, I'll just take it back. And I have been in love with it from the first use. I actually own another smoothing dryer brush from Amika. It cost me over $100. And I really liked it. In fact, I had my dad buy one for my mom for her birthday because my mom is like me, doesn't like to blow dry her hair every single day, really could use something just to smooth. And that's what that Amika brush is good for. It's good for just smoothing, but this one actually dries your hair at the same time. And I just, prior to recording this video, I did record a demo. My hair is naturally curly. I should have that demo up for you within the next week, so be on the lookout for that, and I will go into all the details on how much I love this Revlon volumizing dryer brush. Okay, now for the products that didn't work out so well for me this month. The first one I was so disappointed in because I had seen it online and it looked so stunning and the packaging is beyond beautiful. This is the NARS Hot Tryst Cheek Palette. Look at this packaging. This packaging is absolutely stunning, and the product itself is stunning as well. My issue with this is that the colors aren't very pigmented. And I have found over the years that often products that are embossed in some way to have some sort of texture, or in this case, it's kind of like faceted, that they sometimes get better with use. Once that coating is sort of gone, then the pigment starts to come through much better, but they feel very dry. Here's one of the colors, one of the darkest in the palette. We all know I'm not the world's best swatcher, but I've used this several times now, really wanting to make it work, and I just feel like it's not worth the money. I was just expecting more, I guess. I was just expecting these beautifully pigmented powders and really bright, shiny highlights. And, I'm keeping it for the beautiful packaging, and I'm still gonna play around with it, and I will let you know if after several more uses, once the coating comes off, maybe the pigment will improve. I will let you know. So the only other product I didn't love from this past month is this matte liquid lipstick from Joah Beauty. I hesitated to even put it in this video because I'm not sure how many of you have even heard about it. I stumbled across the brand when I was in CVS. There was a whole display, and it is a K-beauty line. And real quickly, just reading from their website, Joah is Korean for I like it. It says, we believe in celebrating life, fearlessly flaunting your femininity, and being unapologetically girly. We know beauty confidence comes from within, but realize that makeup helps too. So it was a full beauty line, very reasonably priced. I was looking for a medium pink. I think this was $6 or $7, so I thought, why not? I'll give it a try. And unfortunately, being that there were no testers and the packaging is frosted, I wasn't aware that this lovely medium pink that I thought I was getting is actually a true bright bubblegum pink. So I did not like this for a couple of reasons. One, the color was just awful on me. And two, it never dried down to a matte. You don't want to put on a matte lipstick that is so dry as soon as it's applied that you can't, put on an even layer of color. But you also don't want it to slide around and never dry. I definitely don't want to imply that nothing in this brand is good because I don't know that. This is the only product I've tried. But this particular matte lipstick was definitely a fail for me. All right, guys, that'll do it for my October 2018 beauty favorites and fails. As always, I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, it would be great if you would give the video a thumbs up. It would also be great if you are not subscribed to my channel that you do hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And if you'd like, you can also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and Twitter. Everything is the same username. It's all Risa Does Makeup. So thank you all for watching. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.